Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with the Critters Training Tidbit, and I am introducing Stan this morning. I think I had him in a live stream before. I don't want to get too close to him yet because he's going to think I'm starting to train him, and this fish is amazing. So for those that may be new, my name is Laura Joseph, owner of the Animal Behavior Center. We're an international educational center where we teach people via our online sources and in-person workshops about understanding the science of behavior called applied behavior analysis through working with exotic animals. You can find out more about the work we do on our website at theanimalbehaviorcenter.com, and you can always reach me at Laura, L-A-R-A, at theanimalbehaviorcenter.com. So this is Stan, the parrot cichlid. And he came with a house I purchased, and the person didn't want him. So I took him with intention of finding him a home. And through our nonprofit, the Sam I Can Foundation, you can follow us on our Facebook page or message us, and we'll stick you on the Sam I Can Foundation's email newsletter list and keep you updated. So he came in through our nonprofit, and then that's when the Animal Behavior Center steps in and starts teaching people about the particular species, the behavior, etc. So this is Stan. We don't really know much about him. I just met him in September. And since we brought him here, Bill Jewell donated this tank to him, and Sandy Pratt set it up. So you're seeing him in his new tank for the first time. And his old tank was that 5-gallon curved tank. I did start training him in there, but I stopped because I had a feeling that the curvature of the glass he wasn't seeing some things I was asking, and so I just stopped the training. But I originally started target training him with a target stick, and then I stopped because I didn't think he was able to see everything I was doing. So I started teaching him to touch my finger, jump out of the water and touch my finger. And so now I'm starting to train him with the target stick again. And because we have such a long history of reinforcement with touching my finger, he's not doing it. But we're going to work on that. So let me show you. This fish is amazing. Let me show you where I start training. And I'm pulling up my chair next to the tank, and you can see where I'm pulling it up to because that's where he's closest to. I play with him. This fish is pretty cool. And let me show you some of the things he's already doing. So I'll run down here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah. Boop. Oh, you can't see, but got my face at the edge of the tank. What are you doing? What are you doing? Boop. And he touches the edge of the tank. He touches the edge of the tank. So he came. Now I don't know a lot about fish, even though I trained them before. I had a whole pond full of fish, koi that I trained. He came with this food, and he'll eat it. But I was told it was crappy food, so I want to do better. So I reached out and asked what I should feed him. Taking off the tops of this tank so we can start a little bit of training. I don't want to start with my finger. So I've trained him to jump out of the water and touch my finger. I'd like to start with the target stick. But before I do that, I have some baby shrimp. I have some bloodworms. And I have these little cichlid pellets that are supposed to enhance his color. So I need to find out what his favorite foods are, but he's pretty much eating everything. So I need the fish to get as close to my hands as possible. And he's just a rock star. He craves attention. So the other day I started doing this, feeding directly from my hand, which he's never done before, as far as I'm aware. But that's where I just kind of experiment with the environment to see where I can start. And once I find it, then I start the training. So here I'm going to start with a little bit of shrimp. Okay, so now I'm going to start with the target. He's done this before, but I'm going to start with the target through the outside of the cage. I'm going to tell you, he did this like a rock star a couple days ago, and then he stopped. He did it for one full day. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Chantel. I've got to make sure I get just one piece of food on my finger. So let's see if he, good. I'm pretty much saying good for you guys, not that he can hear it. Good. The hardest part is getting just one piece of food. Oops. Good. Okay, I dropped in a couple of pieces of food, so accidentally, so I'm going to make sure he gets those. It's right there. Now, I don't have high hopes for this, but this is what we need to work on. I want him to touch this target stick. Good. Oh, you just blow my mind there, little stud. Went right for it. Okay, so he didn't touch it. He's in here. I was just telling Anna before this started, he's so used to touching my finger that when I put the target stick in like this, he swims up next to it and is watching my finger. So if I don't get this here pretty soon, because I don't like to ask behaviors and not be able to deliver a reinforcer. So he's clearly waiting for my finger. So I'll work on that later. But let's see. Let me show you. I'm going to get him to jump out of the water and touch my finger. Woo. I don't know if you can tell that on screen. Can you tell from over there that he's jumping out? Yeah. And I don't have any food on my finger. So I'm not luring. Woo. I really want him to touch this target stick versus my finger. And I'll start introducing him to new objects so he's not afraid of new objects. Come on, Stan. If I have to shape it, I will, which is good. Just shaping the proximity, him getting close to it. So he's getting close to it. And I need to teach him, I was just telling, we had some students here the other day, I need to teach contingency, which means if this, then this. So I'm shaping it by reinforcing the closer he gets to it. So I'm trying to put it in as far away from him as possible while still staying on screen so he understands. Something about that stick. And I'll do this with every animal I start training, and everybody thinks this becomes the magic wand. Everybody thinks this is the magic wand, but I call it the wand of contingencies. And maybe I try a different color. So this is a fish that a woman bought for her kids, and the kids weren't paying much attention to it. I'll tell you, this fish loves interaction. So I'm already cueing him that something's getting ready to happen, because that's when I stand up. So I trained him numerous times a day, and we're going to start making different types of enrichment. Something I thought about doing, there's a little bar right here in the center that the plates rest on. If he's already jumping out of the water, I was telling Anna, I'd like to get him, I need to make sure this is something I want to train, to get him jumping out of the water and over that bar. Something else I can train is, I think of, I'm going to train him all kinds of tricks. I'm going to give him mazes in here to swim in and out of. We're going to do all kinds of enrichment. We'll have fun with it. But what do I need to do? Will I take this fish to the vet? Yeah. And Sandy is our fish expert here. So if we think he's sick, what I want to do is train him to swim into a dish so I can pull him out, teach him to station. I started sticking my hand in there the other day and playing chase with him. I'd kind of chase him, he'd swim away, and I'd quickly bring my hand back, and he follows it back. And I'm starting to go like this, and he's swimming up next to it, touching my fingers. I want to be able to touch him. I'm going to go like this, teach him to swim through that. God knows what else I'm going to teach him to do. See if he'll jump out of the water again. I'm asking a big jump this time. You see him thinking about it? Come on, Stan the man. You can do it. Yo, nice job. So, for starters, that's our only trick we really have. When I come in here and train him and make sure there is nothing on my hands, but this is what we were doing the other day. Oh, nice job, nice job. The more I move my hand away from him, the more he comes to it. But anyways, the sky's the limit. And when we had students in here the other day, they were like, I don't really like fish. And I was like, come here and train him. And by the time they left, they loved him. So if you want to get to know an animal a little bit better, train it. Like, come here, Stan, come here. Come here. Good boy. Can you see him targeting my finger? Come here. Good boy. Anyways, if you want to follow more of the work that we're doing with Stan, sign up for notifications on the Sam I Can's Facebook page. Hey, Therese. Emily, because my friend Emily Cassell on here told me, she goes, get ready to get your mind blown. These guys are like little dogs. Follow the Sam I Can Foundation's Facebook page. We'll be posting a lot about him and his training, as well as some of the other animals here. All right, guys, take care. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.